We are live in studio, Watertown, South Dakota. It is time for our special guest. We've got the Watertown Area Chamber of Commerce with us. We've got President, CEO Tim Sheehan with us. Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
I do like this weekly conversation.
Yeah, I do too. It's good to kind of get the lowdown, I think, on what you guys are thinking, feeling, the beat of the street.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, the best thing is the 10 minutes we have before we go on the air.
Yeah.
That's a little more entertaining.
Yeah, I think so.
Good thing the microphones are usually off.
Yes.
We hope they are.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right, Green? Ooh.
Yeah, that's all on her. Yeah.
There's been a time or two I've left them
Oh,
on, but not with you.
I suppose over your career, though, you probably get saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was on.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. She likes to blackmail me, I think, a little. Well, actually, ironically, thinking of that, we got some political things coming up.
We do.
Yeah.
You know, we do play in that arena every once in a while with our forums and legislative socials and our trip to Pier when we do get those opportunities. But yeah, we did plan a candidate forum for May 7th. We looked hard for a date. It's Thursday, May 7th. We'll have it at the Goss Opera House in downtown Watertown. And that's going to coincide with the Visit Watertown's ribbon cutting downstairs in their new, the former Mods location. So that'll happen, I think, at 4:30. So they're going to have an open house down there on that day from like 4 to 6. So we'll start our candidate forum. Right now, I'm planning on starting it at 5:30. We have to get back, or once I hear back from the moderator, we'll decide that for sure. But more than likely, we'll start at 5:30 with the District 4 House, which I think there's 5 candidates competing for 2 spots. That'll be the busiest one, and then we'll move on to District 4 Senate, and then on to District 5 Senate, following that with Glenn and Josephine.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with the primary in the second, and then for District 4, then there'll be for the House. There's 1 Democrat now, and then we'll have 1 Republican. Then that'll be elected. So yeah,
it will be. Yep, fun, and you'll be there, of course, Northeast Radio SD with all your gadgets.
Yes,
you do a great job. Help us provide the sound, of course. Video streaming. We'll appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Tonight, I'll kick off our leadership lab. No, I shouldn't say leadership lab. Leadership Watertown is our second night, but tonight's our first night at Mount Marty with Kim Bellum, and I'll step up there and greet the crowd. It was a fun and exciting crowd. It was it's a smaller crowd than we've had in the past, but it was very fun. They got to know each other really well. They got to network with each other. Very special time. But that'll be tonight for us anyway. Then the Hall of Fame. I want to remind people of the Hall of Fame banquet coming up in October. I think it's on I'm not even sure when that is. It's October something. Yeah. What I wanted to talk about today is that the deadlines for those nominations are getting close. I think it's going to be April 28th. We have seen some new ones, which is really, really good. But provide us some detail. Some people just drop off a name and I'm like, ooh, I need a little more information too, because we've got 11 people on our voting board that need to know the story. Just because you have a name in a quick paragraph, the more the merrier. Just so we can find out about these individuals, so we can recognize them. But give us some detail and some context to it, that would probably help support your case for that individual. Okay.
Are there any like qualifications or anything that you're looking for when you nominate someone?
It's been a while, but in the bylaws, when this was started back in 2013, 13 years ago, almost 13 years ago, there was something about it was have to be after 1960. So your contributions had to begin after 1960, which there's a few people that were on the border there. I think the Brambles were one of them. They were probably late 50s, maybe early 60s, somewhere in there. And then, of course, the Kemp brothers that started the downtown Kemp, and all the Jurens family.
Yeah, right.
You had to drop that name in there.
Entity.
Yeah. So that's really the only criteria at this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So,
yes.
And then you can go to the Chamber's website then to nominate there?
Yep. Nomination forms are on our website. That's very simple. Some people just send a typed up book. We've had some people drop off, like I said, an entire book of pages of. It's quite real. It depends how much time you want to put into it. It seems to be.
Yeah, because then you highlight the nominees and do a nice write up, and then whoever gets selected, you have these bios and the photos and everything. So it's more that you can give you guys. They can do a nice write up. The media gets a hold of it, and
absolutely,
and they do a news story on them as well. So yeah, it's always good.
You know, that kind of brings me an idea that I have now is that because we get a lot of like some people, like let's just say for one individual, I might get 8 or 10 nominations, and out of those 8 or 10, they would say different things about that individual. Some would tie back to it, but everybody's got a little different anomaly that the other person may not have known.
Mm-hmm.
So to have all those typed up and laid out, and we have all those, we should probably get those scanned and put on on our website.
Mhm.
Just so people go, oh, I get it now, rather than just what's on the plaque. Because if you go out to the Redland Arts Center downstairs to the right, you'll see all those the nominees. Actually, not the nominees, the ones that are inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Very cool plaques down there. We have lots of room to grow as well.
Yeah, very nice. Redland Art Center downstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
cool.
Send us your nominations. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got the forum on May 7th at the Goss. So maybe if you do have any questions, start to think of that. We could email you those. And I know you guys do a good job. You try to kind of keep them, if it's all like you get 5 of the same similar question,
Yep.
you
They're
make
all,
one question.
yep. Paraphrase into one. Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
word I was looking for. Thank
You
you.
knew it started with a P.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you usually a couple hours or maybe just an hour? Or?
You know, I believe we're going to do 45 minutes to an hour for the District 4 because there's 5 candidates on there.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 will probably strip down to about 40 minutes. About 40 minutes. We hate to just put a time limit because if it's going really well, we let the moderator go, all right, let's go ask one more question or one more rebuttal if we get to that level.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you really had a no holds bar, I'm not sure how long they would be.
Yeah.
You know, you could probably have them for hours, especially if you took crowd questions.
Yes.
I mean, it could go
Yeah.
on forever.
Yep.
So
And I have a vision kind of now especially with District 4 and District 5 Senate, there's 2 candidates. Typically we have them sitting at a long 8-foot table. There's 5 there and then we go down to 2. But I think what I want to do is I'd like to get the 2 podiums. Like you see on the big time.
Yeah.
On TV.
yeah, debate
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of like that. I'm going to work towards that. Hopefully we can make that work.
Mhm.
I think it just adds so much to it. They're rather than sitting at a table next to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and they can look over at each other when the other one responds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind
Yeah.
of like, and then you can watch them react.
Yep, you got that right.
Yeah,
Exactly
I
right.
like it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like that. Very cool. Well, and then you have some new members too. Did you say?
You know, we
like
do.
8?
Yeah, I don't know how often we do this, but I thought, wow, this morning, so what am I going to talk about? It's not like I had enough to talk about. What would I want to talk
Yeah.
about? So I went back to I went up to our website and I looked at some of these, the last 8 new members recently, and I haven't met this Sutton Lawn and Snow, Jordan Sutton. I haven't met him yet, but when I see him around town, I saw him at the farm show. I thought, just by looking at him, he's a cool guy. I want to go visit with him. But I haven't done that yet. Vandy's, of course. Vandy's does the carpet cleaning and or home cleaning, office cleaning. They do a great job. They did their ribbon cutting at our location not too long ago. We got to meet them and find out more about their business. And then there's a top detail, and I should have got the information on that one. It's pretty new business as well. I believe they're car detailing, boat detailing, campers, all that stuff, detailing for your RVs. And of course, we had Eli Ruderbush in here last week. Eli Ruderbush Repair. And then On the Border Coffee Truck is another one that just signed up, and they're going to be more mobile. They can be anywhere. They might be in Ortonville actually they're out of Ortonville or Millbank, but they'll be in Watertown from time to time with their brand of fun stuff, all that dirty sodas, dirty coffees, all that stuff. That, you know, I like mine black.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Just no room for anything. Just give me the lid. Let's get out of here. But yeah, that's a cool thing, and they've of course dialed in their recipes. And then there's Core Cares in-home care. Core Cares is like I said, if you want to have your family or somebody needs to stay in the house a little bit longer, you know, if you call it assisted living, just in-house services,
Mhm.
do all those fun things. That's Core Cares. And that's spelled with K. Core Cares, both with 2 Ks. And Little Legends, I just found out about this one this morning. Little Legends, it's a little kids party rental stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
I just did yesterday.
There you go. Yeah, so they must be new, huh?
Yeah. I
They
saw
must
it
be
on-
new.
Saw it on the social.
Yeah, so Little Legends party stuff. Like I said, they've got little kids' like inflatables and all the stuff you can imagine for party stuff.
I think I saw a flyer that they're gonna have there's like a party coming up and you can buy a ticket and it's like an all day thing and they're gonna have like I don't know the term they use, like a jamboree. There's all
Yeah.
sorts of things
All right.
you can play
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah,
So,
sounds like a gymboree, right?
yeah.
I've had so.
Yeah, there you go.
All the fun stuff.
So you
Yeah.
take your shoes off and jump around. I
Yeah, so if you
guess.
got grandkids for a birthday party or whatever coming up, or kids.
Yeah.
Little Legends. Look them up. I'm sure they're on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
East River Tactical over on Highway 212.
Mm.
And actually, it's ironic that my son just texted me. He goes, "Do you have my rifle?" So I don't think so. So he told me a story about he was going to drop it off at East River Tactical. And I thought, well, that's ironic because they're one of our newest members
Nice.
over there on Highway 212, and they do all kinds of suppressions, guns. I mean, they're all it, and they've got what you need on there for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I wanted to remind people that July 23rd, because of we're kicking off Thursday Night Live June 4th, but our wine walk isn't until July 23rd. And the reason we've had that, the past couple of years, we've had to reschedule to move that thing around, and it just seems like we get rained out early in June. So let's move that. So that's why it's moved back to July 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can buy tickets quite yet, but soon. We'll have those on there. We just get a lot of calls for that. When's the wine walk? We're hot right so just give me a minute. Let me go talk to Steve. We'll tell everybody what we're doing.
Yeah, between that and the citywide cleanup, it's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Man. So they want to get their wine and get rid of their old stuff.
Is that out yet?
Yeah. Not yet.
No one knows, huh?
No.
No.
I think they want to purge and then do the wine walk.
You
know,
know,
they
find out in your next meetings, right?
Well, they're going to release it Friday, I believe. Yeah. So they released that they're gonna release it. Yeah, getting tricky.
You know, I always thought it was kind of fun, and I can't get the girls to convince them of this would be a smart thing. And so if I tell the community and tell you guys, maybe they'll, you know what, that is a pretty good idea. So when about is that thing going to happen? It's in May, right? Middle of May?
I think it's probably the
right?
last week of April or the first week of May.
Okay.
That's when I think it'll be.
All right.
Historically. Yep.
I've always wanted to start marketing and feature one weekend, whatever weekend that is. Let's say it's a third weekend or second weekend in May. Is this make it Watertown's what we call garage sale day? Everybody, I mean, that's our day, folks. Let's make it happen. Whatever day that is, or 2 or 3 days, maybe it's the weekend. Promote that, and everybody come. That's when you're going to have your garage sale. If you want to sell your stuff, we'll invite people in town. That's easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Yeah, like the
Why not?
Kings or whatever. Sioux Falls had that
Yeah.
big block.
Yep. And we can do the whole town.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this is Watertown Rummage Sale Day. Get here this weekend, whether it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Are you on board?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I think a lot
All right.
of people would probably
So
do
if I
that.
get back to the office, the girls are going to say, "What? We're having a garage sale weekend? Why not?"
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those simple ideas that brings people to town.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Huh?
The stuff on the curbs for you, the stuff by the garage
Yeah.
is for sale.
Yeah.
Although
Although have it the same weekend, that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, people, they get confused sometimes.
Well, you have to give people time to refurb the stuff that they picked up on the citywide. Give them a couple weeks, fix it up, and get it ready for the garage sale.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're turning dollars, huh? That's how that works, huh?
You do see a little spike in Craigslist and eBay over the next couple
absolutely.
weeks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I just saw that over there.
yeah, the Facebook market and everything.
Yeah.
People start selling stuff.
Absolutely. Quick and easy.
Yeah. I like that. Anything from you over there?
No, I just want to know when the citywide garage sale is.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll come buy stuff and
Would that be fun?
repurpose it and reuse it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Vinyls.
I think you do it Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Mhm.
You can run your own hours, but this is the time that we're going to invite people from Aberdeen and Brookings. And, hey, this is going to be our weekend.
Mhm. A lot of small towns do
Huh?
that because it does draw tons of people.
Yeah. And just think, how much work could that be?
Just some signs.
Put out a press release and, call an Aberdeen radio station and, hey,
Yeah.
we're going to do this. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's done now.
Yeah, I know. I
Put
get
it
a bunch of emails and texts from people. Yeah, that's a horrible idea. Or that's a great idea. I'm in.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe sometimes that's how things start.
Right. Because everyone has one every weekend anyway, so why not get it all consolidated?
Yeah, jazz it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jazz it up.
Oh, good idea. All right. Well, what else do we have to hit up today? Anything? Man,
No.
gosh, we already came up with a new idea.
Yeah. So I have to leave now to get back so I get buy my stuff ready for next Tuesday. What I'm going to say. I'm going to spend the rest of the week working on what I'm going to say here next Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, you can always bring guests too. That was awesome when Eli was in here, and there's still people commenting every couple days. Somebody comments something on there about those two young gentlemen.
Yeah. I
So-
tell you what, it was just a great story. I mean, I'll tell it at Bisco too when I get to put our next Bisco meeting, but it was kind of cool for me to see that firsthand.
Mhm.
You hear about those things, but it was really cool.
Yeah. They're at like 5,000 views or something. So they're getting noticed. So
Super.
Yeah.
Well, I will bring somebody in next time.
yeah, very good. All right. Well, thank you for coming in as always and sharing this with us and everything you're doing. And the new members, we welcome them and look forward to the forum and meeting some of those new candidates.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it'll be interesting
What
as
fun.
always. Yeah.
What fun. Thanks again.